If you feel stuck as a copywriter, this video is for you because I am going to show you how to overcome this roadblock. And the reason I believe I can help you with this is because I have been there myself. But after constant hustle, I managed to find out about 2 concepts that allowed me to get into the next level of the goal I always wanted to achieve, guys. So let's talk about the lesson on why you feel stuck. And this should be a very short video, but I am still going to present as much value as possible to you guys. The number one reason someone feels stuck is that they lack information and knowledge. And that's already the most important thing, guys. If someone feels directionless, they don't know where they are going, they don't know what the hell is going on, chances are they are just lacking information. You know, they just need some more source to actually get into the next level, you know. They are confused and they need clarity, but they don't have a clear plan that gets them the result they want to achieve. You know, it's all about defining and developing a clear plan, guys. And by the way, it can be very beneficial to have like some inspiration on like having a clear plan, because I have like 2 videos on my channel that I would advise you to watch after you have finished watching this video. The first one being like my journey to hitting my first 10K a month. It's like the first ever YouTube video of mine. And the other one being something like, wait, let me think. It's something like how to make your first $1,000 as a copywriter. So yeah, that's something you might consider checking out, because I'm essentially showing you the whole plan on how to get to 1K or like making your first money online, right? So concept number 1 will be developing a clear plan, guys. The first thing you need to do in order to get clarity is zooming out for a minute, guys. You need to zoom out. You really need to be looking at the bigger picture, guys. You need to systematically map the bigger picture out. And the way you do that is very simple, guys. I'm going to show this to you. So the first thing you will do is writing down all of the stages you have to go through in order to close your first client. And I mean, the different stages are something like, let's say the goal, like the destination is like closing your first client. So the stages are like, okay, learning about copywriting, writing emails, writing email sequences, writing landing pages, and you know, you will keep on going with like building funnels, all of this stuff, learning about outreach, learning about looms, and finally these are like all the stages, and now you will like start doing the outreach now. So it's essentially just about like mapping out like the whole process. And yeah, secondly, after you have mapped out the whole process, you will find out where you are in the process, but you will also try to understand which stages you are still confused on. So you get like clarity on, okay, these are stages I have to still like get some more information on, you know? And after you found out where you lack information, you simply consume content on the topic you need more knowledge on to get rid of the confusion, guys. And that's as simple as it can get. And concept number 2 will be the highest leverage task. And this is also a very overpowered one. After I managed to find out about this one, I was able to get really big results in such a short time, because yeah, you won't be wasting time with this one anymore, because you will be putting in like all of the effort, all of the time into the most important thing, which is what this concept will be about. I am going to explain this to you guys. This is a powerful concept that helps you focus on what's really important. In your current position, guys, if you only had 2 hours in a week that you could put into business, what would you do? That's the only affirmation or like question you have to ask yourself, guys. If you only had 2 hours in a week, what would you do? You probably would do the thing that's going to drive the needle forward for yourself or for your business, right? You are going to do the thing that is going to get you to get bigger results or like to get into the next level, right? So example for like a task that wouldn't be like a high leverage task would be like organizing your documents, or like creating logos, or like planning out your day. These things are not very important. These are not the highest leverage task. But if you have everything figured out as a copywriter and you just need to make money, your highest leverage task will just be focusing on outreach, you know? So yeah, what would you do? Always ask yourself these questions in like the current position you are, so you can find out what the highest leverage task will be. As a beginner, it's probably always like consuming content, you know, like getting more knowledge and information on like the whole business model and stuff, you know? So you put the 2 hours, like 100% of your time, into getting more knowledge on the topic. You know, that's the first and only highest leverage task you're going to do as a complete beginner. And after you understand the action steps you need to take in order to get the result you dream of, like after you've consumed enough content, you will, of course, highest leverage task, focus on the very first action step to actually get into the next level, right? Because it's always about ascending into bigger and better levels, right? You put these 2 hours into doing the thing, guys. You actually put your whole time you have, the whole 100% into writing the emails, which will be like step number 1 of like starting copywriting or whatever, you know? So yeah, it's always one step at a time, guys. Actionable steps can be something like writing email sequences, writing landing pages, building funnels, setting up email automations, doing outreach, creating an Instagram, you know, like these are all the actionable steps and these are bringing you into the next stage. And if you are fucking around with other bullshit that is not going to help you in your journey, then you are not going to make money. You are not going to see results. For your information, my highest leverage task right now is to grow this YouTube channel. I have to sit down at the start of the day. I have to record videos for you guys so you get value and so you, I get more followers on this channel, which is like the ultimate goal. So I can help out as many people as possible. So yeah, that's my highest leverage task. And in order to scale my agency, it's like doing outreach and scaling up my clients. But everything else, like all of those like organizing documents and all of the bullshit, it's not going to drive the needle forward for your business. So please don't spend 5 hours on like designing a logo because that's not a cash flow, like a money in kind of activity, guys. So yeah, please understand the concept of the highest leverage task, guys. It always depends on the situation you are in. Let me give you some situations for that, guys. So one situation could be, okay, you are already doing like the outreach and you kind of understand how to build funnels and stuff, but for some reason you are still doing like kind of high volume outreach, sending over something like, yeah, do you still need help with email? You know, you know everything in copywriting, but you somehow don't manage to get clients. And yeah, now your highest leverage task will be, instead of just doing outreach and like, always using the hammer without like kind of fixing the hammer at first, you need to figure out very high leverage kind of, or like high value outreach methods that actually allow you to get your first client. And after you've managed to find out about the best outreach methods out there, you will start producing your own outreach, of course, like producing your own looms, producing your own like copies you send over to people, whatever outreach you are choosing, right? So that's like a very like fast stage in the game, but still you are going to focus on something like very simple, like doing outreach. If you are a complete beginner, that's a situation where you would like focus on writing emails or consuming content. So these are like some situations just for your understanding, guys. It's always completely different, guys. So in summary, just focus on the highest leverage task and you will not feel stuck. But most importantly, get more information and knowledge. Try to map out the whole process, the whole plan, and yeah, try to understand where you like are missing some information and yeah, fill that gap by consuming more content, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want even more source on like copywriting, outreach and stuff, feel free to check out my free school. I teach copywriting and outreach in there. There's a free 2-hour outreach masterclass telling you exactly how to get your very first copywriting client in just 4 to 8 weeks if you are willing to put in the work and if you already have the service delivery side of things figured out. Also, there are only 122 people in there, so you might want to get in there as fast as possible because you are still very early. There will be thousands of people in there. And yeah, I will also answer questions in there for you. So it's almost like a paid mentorship. I will review your outreach and stuff. So you can definitely hit a client in the next 4 to 8 weeks, guys. Yeah, completely for free. Hope you've enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.